comes the important area. Activate business partner at business partner function level. Very important. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what are all the business partners we have? So we have customers from the sales and distribution model, and vendors from the MM model, and applicants and employee from the HR model, and bank from the FICO model. And in GTS we have FTO legal units, and the data provider we discussed, right? The data provider is also a business partner. You can see these are all the business partners we are going to use it in the GTS. When you integrate your GTS with the SAP ECC system or S4 system, what you're going to do, all the import and export orders will come to GTS. This is what we discussed, which means our sales order and purchase order will come to GTS. So in sales orders, we have a customers, and in purchase order, we have a vendors. So these two, customer and vendor, will be called as a business partner. And these two business partners will screen in GTS. Okay. And apart from these two modules, we have HR. We have HR model in ECC and S4. Do you want a screen, or do you want to integrate your HR model with SAP GTS? Then you can transfer the HR master data to GTS. So what are the HR master data? So HR master data are nothing but your applicants and employees. So do you want to screen your employee against SPL file? You can transfer the employees to GTS. Or do you want to screen the applicants? Applicants means, for example, when someone is going to apply for a job, so before interview that person, we can screen that person whether he is a good person or bad person. So that's why here we have applicant screening. And also we have a FICO. In S4 we can perform the finance related activities. So finance related activities, we need a bank, right? So do you want to screen the bank? If yes, you can transfer the bank data to GTS. So in GTS, we are going to have these many business partners: customer, vendor, applicants, employees, bank, FTO, legal units, and data provider. Okay, so we have these many business partners. Okay, now my question is, do you want the system to screen all the business partners or only a few business partners? So if you have a requirement to screen all the business partners, then you have to add all the business partners. Okay, so any doubts?
No.
Okay, so in the real time, we are going to screen only this customer and vendor. Okay, in the real time, we are going to screen only this customer and vendor. But apart from this customer and vendor, if you want to screen other business partners, you can add it in the activate business partner function level. Okay, so here activate business partner function level. So which means here I'm going to tell system that what are all the business partner system should consider for screening. Here you can see there are multiple business partners: customers, vendor, applicants, bank, FTO, legal unit, employee. So these all are the business partners. So out of these business partners, how many business partners I want system to screen? So that I'm going to do here. Activate business partner at business partner function level. So here I'm going to tell system that, hey system, you should screen customer and vendor. So if you add customer and vendor, system will perform the SPL screening only for the customer and vendor. It will not screen the, it will not perform SPL screening for applicants, employees, bank, FTO, legal units. It will perform SPL screening only for customer and vendor. Why? Because here I have activated only customer and vendor. Okay, so how to add it? Let me remove this first. Let me show you. Okay. So now here I'm going to add. Click on activate business partner function. Click on new entries. So application object. So I'm going to add a business partner. So the application object is BUPA. By default, system will take BUPA, business partner, and partner function. So here I'm not going to directly give a customer and supplier. Instead, I'm going to give the BP role. So what is the BP role of customer? Can anyone say?
CO something it will come.
This SLL CPC. SLL CPC. So now here I have added SLL CPC. SLL CPC is a BP road of customer. Okay. Now by adding this SLL CPC, the system will come to know, okay, we have to screen customers. And type of SPL block. So this is not required. We will discuss this during our maybe in our fourth class we will discuss this. This is not required now. And time of SPL check. So here you can see there are two options. One is synchronous and another one is asynchronous. So what do you mean by synchronous and what do you mean by asynchronous?
Maybe manual or automatic.
Okay, nice. So synchronous means the screening will take place in the real time. Synchronous, if you keep on synchronous, the screening will take place at the real time, which means when you transfer the customer to GTS, system will perform the SPL screening immediately for the customer. So what we discussed in our third class or the second class, we are going to activate the change pointers, right? So the change pointers will transfer the newly created customer. Also, it will transfer the existing customers with the changes. So if any customer is transferred to GTS, system will perform the SPL screening as soon as it received in GTS. The help of this asynchronous screening. If you keep asynchronous screening, system will perform the SPL screening in the real time. Clear? That's clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm going to transfer one customer to GTS, system will perform the SPL screening immediately. When the customer received in GTS, as soon as the customer received in GTS, system is going to perform the SPL screening. That is called synchronous. But if I keep it as asynchronous, then what will happen? Our ECC or S4 system will transfer the customer to GTS. But in GTS, system will not perform the SPL screening in the real time, which means system will not perform the screening immediately. Instead, it will perform the screening sometime later. Clear? That is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous means screening will take place as soon as the partner received in GTS, immediately. And asynchronous means system will transfer the customer to GTS, but screening will not take place immediately. Instead, system will perform the screening sometime later. Okay, now here, why here we have two options? Anyway, we are going to use synchronous only, right? So synchronous means whenever the order is customer is transferred to GTS, system will perform the SPL screening. Okay, this is what we want. But here, why we have asynchronous? When we should use synchronous and when we should use asynchronous? Any idea for anyone? Guys, any idea? Okay, let me tell. So in the first class or second class, what we discussed, we are going to transfer the vendor customer to GTS, which means we are going to transfer all the vendor and all the customers to GTS. You remember? So the initial transfer of customer and vendor, we are going to get the list of customers and vendor from the table, and we are going to copy that table in the Excel sheet. Copy that entry in the Excel sheet, and we are going to copy all the customers and vendor, and we are going to transfer to GTS. So this is what we discussed in our second class, initial transfer of master data. So during that time, what system will do? System will transfer all the customers and all the vendors to GTS. Let's see here. During the what we say during the cutover activities, what we discussed, we are going to transfer a customer and vendor. Let's say I'm going to transfer 1 million customers, or let's say 5 lakh customers to GTS. 5 lakh customer to GTS. So if you transfer this 5 lakh customer to GTS, what will happen? GTS will receive 5 lakh BP, right? 5 lakh BP. And if the configuration is synchronous, what system will do? As soon as these customers received in GTS, system will perform the SPL screening. Now, the configuration is synchronous, which means system is going to perform the SPL screening for all these 5 lakh BP. Think about it. System has some capacity. It is going to screen up to this limit. Let's say it will screen only a few orders at a time. But now you are forcing a system to screen 5 lakh entries. So what will happen? System will down with the performance issue. Why? Because it is going to screen a 5 lakh entries at the same time against the SPL file. It is not 1 or 2. It is a 5 lakh customers. If system performs a 5 lakh screening, screening for 5 lakh customers at the same time, definitely it will end up with a performance issue. Your GTS system will down. To avoid that issue, what we are going to do, we are going to keep the configuration as asynchronous at the time of cutover activities. During the time of cutover activities, we have to keep the configuration as asynchronous. Okay. Now, if we keep this configuration as asynchronous, what system will do? System will screen this 5 lakh customer to GTS, and GTS will create a BP for this 5 lakh, and screening will not take place immediately. Instead, screening will take in the later part. If we keep asynchronous, system will take the screening later part, and we have to define. I will show you how to define. Okay. So let's say I am going to define that first screening system should take 1 to 1 lakh customers in the first batch. The second batch, system should screen 1 lakh, 1 to 2 lakh. This is the batch 2. And the third batch will screen 2 lakh, 1 to 3 lakh. This is the batch 3. Like this, we are going to set a 5 batch for this screening. So in GT system, we are going to set a batch. Okay, we will discuss that during our 4th or 5th day of SPL discussion. Okay, SPL is a very long class. We will discuss this in our 4th session of SPL. You can see, when you are going to transfer the customer and vendor for the very first time, which means when you are going to do the initial transfer means we are going to transfer the bulk data. We are going to transfer the bulk data, very bulk data, like 1 lakh or 2 lakh or 3 lakh. You have to keep the configuration as asynchronous, and in GTS you have to set the job. We will discuss that. Okay, anyway, we will discuss that. So if you keep asynchronous, system will not screen all these 5 lakh BP the same time. Instead, it will perform the screening later. It will split this 5 lakh customer into 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, and it will perform screening for all these 1 lakh customers. Clear?
Yes.
Brothers, any doubts?
So, Arun, this
Yes.
asynchronous is like batch jobs via batch.
Exactly.
Okay.
Asynchronous is like a batch job, but synchronous is a real-time screening. Okay, so we are going to use a batch job for this asynchronous, and for synchronous, it's a real-time screening. So we will discuss what is synchronous and synchronous in our upcoming class. Okay, so now I'm going to keep it as synchronous. Why? Because in the real time we will use synchronous only. In the real time, if any user creates any customer or vendor, that will immediately transfer to GTS with the help of change pointers, and in GTS system will perform the SPL screening immediately as soon as the business partner received in GTS with the help of this synchronous configuration. Okay, now the business separation area. Here you can see. So we all know that this customer and vendor comes under the logistics operation. So sales and distribution, material management comes under the logistics operation. So whatever the business partners or whatever the master data we are going to use for these two sales or sales and distribution and MM model, that will be considered as a logistics object. So here I'm going to choose logistics for customer. That's all. So here I have added the customer. Now I'm going to add a vendor. So what is the BP role of vendor? It is listed CPS, and this one we will discuss later. And here I'm going to keep it as synchronous, and here business object is logistics. Enter and save. If we go back, see here I didn't directly give vendor and customer. I just given the BP role. So with the help of this BP role, by seeing this BP role, system will come to know, okay, we should consider only these two business partners for screening. Okay, in GTS, it doesn't matter how many business partners you have. You can see these are the business partners. Customer, vendor, applicants, employees, bank, FTO, legal. So these all are the business partners. But system is going to perform the SPL screening only for these two business partners. In case, let's say, if you get a new requirement to screen the employee and applicants, then what you will do? Go to new entries, BA, and partner function. Select this. Here you can see it will display. The partner function of employee is this one, BUP 0003, and time of SPL check. This one we will discuss later. And time of SPL check is synchronous. And business separation area. So separate business. What is the business area? So this applicant and employees will comes under the HR model, human resource model. So here you have to choose human resource, employees, and save. So now I'm going to activate the screening for applicants. So in that case, what I will do, I will click on the drop down and select the applicant. Let's take this is the applicant. Okay, and this is the type of check, and this is the time of screening, synchronous. So this is human resource applicants. Enter and save it. Or if you want to have a screening for bank, what you can do? Partner function of bank. Okay. Someone has removed from here. Okay. Okay, leave it. Bank should be here, but it's not there. Leave it. Similarly, you can choose the bank, and here you can choose the financial accounting. Okay, so like this, you have to add all the partner functions what are all required in GTS for screening. So here you can see these are the 4 partner functions. These are the 4 business partners I have added for screening. By seeing this, system will come to know, okay, we have to screen applicants, we have to screen employees, and we have to screen customer, and we have to screen vendors. But in the real time, we will screen only these customer and vendor. We will not screen any employee and applicants. Okay, we will screen only customers and vendor in the real time. So now I have added the customer and vendor here, vendor part of function here. By seeing this, system will come to know, okay, we have to screen only the customer and vendor for SPL screening. It will not screen the other business partners. Clear? Any doubts?
No. Clear.
For others, Hemant, Santosh.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Thank you.